What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Leo's Nerd Talk, and today we're going to be talking about Tim Burton's 1988 Beetlejuice. So let's get into that. Hi, my name is Leo, and if you guys like talking about the movies, TV show, video game later, or just anything nerdy, you have come to the right place. And like I said, today we are talking about Beetlejuice. Without further ado, let's get into the review. Now with Beetlejuice coming out this weekend, I'm going to watch it tonight. I decided to watch the original Beetlejuice again. It's been a while for me since I've seen this movie, so I want to do a quick little review, give you my thoughts about this original film. Do I love it? Do I not like it? Is it my cup of tea? And I also want to know your guys' thoughts about the Beetlejuice movie in the comment section down below. Also share your excitement for Beetlejuice. But with that being said, let's go ahead and straight into my pros. Now, there's no doubt about it that Beetlejuice is one of Tim Burton's classic movies. I'm a fan of Tim Burton's directing style. I think it's very unique. You know, it's not anything that's going to be on my top of all time. On certain movies, there's certain things that he's done that are like some of my favorite movies of all time, like his Batman movies. For some reason, those really hit for me. Those are the ones I've watched all the time when I was a little kid. But when it comes to Beetlejuice, it's not a movie that I saw many times. A movie that I enjoyed and a movie that I liked for sure as a child. But overall, I still really enjoy this movie. On this, most recent viewing, I just watched it last night, and this movie is just fun. It's just a fun time. It's a great concept, like the story that they're trying to tell, the kind of implications that are going on of this family that passes away and them trying to learn how to be ghosts and having this handbook of the recently deceased, and you know them feeling like they're being their space is being invaded with these new people moving into their old home, and you know they feel like they're the ones that are haunting them, so they're trying to scare them out. And then you get introduced to Beetlejuice, which is one of the most iconic characters of all time in movie history, especially with Michael Keaton. You know, he's pretty much the biggest standout when it comes to this movie. He has such a great performance, such a fun time with this character. You know, it's so goofy and silly and funny, and you know, it's just one of those characters that you love seeing on screen, and I'm very excited to see what he does in Beetlejuice. And Michael Keaton, I just love him, of course, as Batman. He does that the next year over. So I really enjoyed Michael Keaton as an actor, as a person. I think he does an amazing job as Beetlejuice. And even just the character of Beetlejuice is kind of fun too, where he's this bio-exorcist that will help people, scare them out of their house and kind of get their home back, but you know, it's for a price. He wants to be free. He needs to be married to someone. So you get Winona Ryder's character in here that he's trying to marry so he can be free and not trapped anymore, and doesn't have to rely on people calling his name to get out of being stuck in this little kind of coffin in this certain model that this family has and stuff. So the whole movie is just such a fun concept. And I also enjoy that this movie is very much like an entry-level horror. You know, I would feel like a lot of people wouldn't consider this a horror movie, but it is categorized as a comedy horror. And I do like that it's kind of an entry-level horror, something you can definitely show to your kids and kind of get them into that horror genre. Because there are some things that are a little horrifying, you know, certain like faces, or even just the implication of what's kind of going on, the topic at hand of death and the afterlife and being a ghost and hauntings and you know all this different stuff. That is a very big topic that a lot of people fear, that Tim Burton is able to kind of make it into a fun, silly time with still implementing slight little horror elements to it. So I do enjoy how that is, you know, being portrayed throughout the entire movie. And I think visually this movie is really done well, especially with all the practical effects and stop motion and little miniatures and all that stuff. I think this movie just looks really good, and I'm glad to say that, you know, Tim Burton said that he's going to go back to that in Beetlejuice, using more practical effects and stop motion. So I'm really excited for that. But within this movie, it works very well. You know, there are certain moments where there's a little bit of green screen, but overall the movie still kind of stands up to this day. It doesn't look dated. It still looks very good. The shot choices are very good. Just the practical effects are good. The stop motion still looks fantastic. So visually this movie is done very well and it's top notch till this day. But overall, this is just a fun movie, a quick, fun time. You know, hour 30 minutes, a very short run time. You get in and out, have a blast. It's a good family movie, a good date night movie. You know, one of those movies you can just throw on, have some fun with Tim Burton. You know, he has a lot of movies like that are just very fun and very digestible and enjoyable. So overall, I still just really enjoy this movie, a movie that I can probably see myself watching even more now that it's been, maybe 10 plus years since I've seen it last. And I really enjoyed it on this most recent viewing. But now heading into the cons, and this is not necessarily my cons, but this is definitely cons that would probably get brought up in general. And you have things like the style of it. Not everybody is as invested in Tim Burton's style. He has a very, very unique style, very just very bombastic, the way everything is kind of visually and the way his characters are and humor and stuff like that. That might not work for everybody. The humor might not be something that people would actually kind of gravitate to. And then just the storytelling in general. It says Tim Burton has a very unique style, and that's not something that everybody would kind of really gravitate to or really take from. And this is definitely one of those Tim Burton movies that has a lot of that Tim Burton style, right in front of your face. So that's probably something that, you might hear some people not like this movie because of the style, and it's not really their cup of tea. And probably lastly for me in terms of the cons is the human character element. Besides Winona Ryder's character, I really think the rest of the human cast for the most part is pretty dull and forgettable, and people that I don't really care too much about. So you have the two ghosts, you have Winona Ryder, though that for me and Beetlejuice is the main cast of this movie. Everyone else are side characters, don't really care too much about them. They're very dull, they're very one note. There's not anything crazy going on with them. They're all just money hungry business people that are trying to, use these ghosts as a business model. And I really don't care for those characters. Everything with Winona Ryder and the two ghosts and Beetlejuice, that's all the fun side of this movie. But the rest of the human characters, I can really do without. But overall, let me know what you guys think about Beetlejuice. I really enjoyed this movie. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know your excitement about Beetlejuice. But with that being said, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.